Well, I'm going to just start by asking if you could tell us a little bit about your role and how he comes to be involved in the Expendables 3.
Well, I play the character of John Smiley, and the backstory that Sly and I created was that he was a sergeant in a brigade, and he lost all his men, so he's kind of mad at, or he's mad at command. The ones who aren't there in the firefight, they're the ones kind of telling you what to do, and he's in charge of all his guys, so he lost all of them, kind of mad at the government, and he looks to numb his pain by fighting. He escapes, he becomes a lone wolf, kind of just goes and does his own thing, and that's where Sly comes into play. He meets Bonaparte, who is the wrangler of all these young mercenaries that he's trying to compile and ensemble these young guns. And he comes and finds me, and he sees a lot of young Barney inside of me. So I'm pretty much the essence of older Barney, and he comes and just sees himself in me, and I become the leader of the young Expendables.
And of course, as of late, we've seen you play Hercules and Tarzan, and of course, Emmett Cullen in Twilight as well. And I was just wondering, is it quite refreshing for you to play a role that isn't a kind of famous literature character and someone you might perhaps have a bit more freedom with?
Always, always. I feel like the roles that are already known about, fans expect, certain qualities, certain mannerisms, certain ways of acting. So it's kind of nice to play those roles because your homework's there already. For Twilight, I was able to read the books. For Hercules, I was a huge fan of mythology. But to create a character and actually sit down like Sly and I did for John Smiley, it was just great to bounce ideas back and forth because it's such a large ensemble cast, and we only have few scenes that really make your character stand out. So to actually create that, to create the character development within those few couple scenes with the other characters involved, it's very influential to the character. So it was just really nice to just be creative and create John Smiley.
Of course, I just assume because anyone who's of a certain age would have grown up watching Rocky and Terminator and Indiana Jones and all of these movies. It must have been quite a surreal, yet was it even overwhelming experience to be surrounded by this amount of kind of acting talent?
For me, growing up, I knew them as their characters. So once I got into acting at the age of 18, I started learning who those characters were. I didn't really know actor names, so I knew Rambo, I knew the Terminator, I knew He-Man, I knew Blade, but I didn't know Wesley Snipes per se. I didn't know Dolph, just their names. So when I got onto set, obviously I've been acting for 10 years now. I'm very well, I've dived deep into the industry, and but to be in a scene with all those characters on camera, that's where I just felt like this is so surreal for me to have grown up loving these characters. And then off screen, to congregate with them and have the camaraderie with them as the people that they are playing these characters was just very genuine, and it was fun.
But what I really want to know is who would win an arm wrestling contest if everyone in the Expendables film had a big competition? Who do you reckon would come out on top?
Terry Crews. Yeah. Terry Crews has muscles upon muscles.
Have
you seen that video where he's playing all the instruments? Yeah, I mean, that guy's just... He's blessed.
I asked him the same question. He said himself, actually. So,
well, he's not boasting. It's the truth.
So my final question is: obviously, the Expendables is a franchise that seems to keep on growing. Is the fourth installment something you might be interested in?
I hope so. I want to be a veteran one day in this cast. I want to be Expendables 10, Lights Out, something fun and clever like that, and to pass the torch down like hopefully Sly does. At the end of the movie, my character says, "When do I take over this franchise or these Expendables?" And he's like, "Not yet, son." So ideally, my character lives in this movie. I'd love to do a fourth one, a fifth one, a sixth one.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, buddy.
Much appreciated. Thank you.